All right, I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on this WrestleMania build-up with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. I think when it's all said and done, this match is going to deliver. These two women are going to go out there and put on a banger of a match. But in terms of storyline and building up this match, it has failed. It has been a blunder, and it's been botched. And yes, that promo, that face off with Tiffany and Charlotte, being unscripted as it was, I thought Tiffany wanted to exact revenge on Charlotte verbally, considering that Charlotte made her look like a chump weeks ago, and Tiffany had something to prove by, really stepping up to the plate. I still thought her delivery was weak, even though she had a pretty, she had a couple of good lines in that face off. I think Tiffany overall needs to work on her delivery in her promos. And she's not really a good baby face. I'm starting to pick up on that as well. I think Tiffany is just naturally a good heel. Okay, if you think about how she cashed in the briefcase and won the women's title, she did it in a very heelish way against Nia Jax. Okay, and she hasn't had much any time to progress as a babyface, or there's no reason to cheer for Tiffany facing Charlotte. With Charlotte Flair, there was a reason to cheer for her, and I'm gonna tell you why. See, ever since Charlotte came back at the Rumble, the fans would not accept her. They tried Charlotte as a babyface, and obviously, powers that be had to pivot because Charlotte is not well liked by the audience. Like Tiffany Stratton said, her biggest battle is always going to be with the fans, because they will never, truly accept Charlotte, anything more than just a villain or just a nepo baby at best. And I'm going to tell you why Charlotte should have been a babyface. There was one thing that really messed up Charlotte and her standing with the audience coming back, at the Royal Rumble. It was when they decided to show vignettes of Charlotte on a yacht, flying first class, showing her living a luxurious life, going on these very expensive vacations, just showing her living the luxurious life of a superstar. And when they show those vignettes of Charlotte, that was the disconnect from the audience. Because here you have Charlotte. She was out for an entire year of a torn meniscus, I think, or a torn knee, whatever her injury was. She was out for a whole year. And we're under the assumption that eventually she's going to come back as a babyface. It's pretty obvious, right? For her to be gone this long and to still be booed out the building, that says a lot right there. And it tells you how much Triple H and the creative have fumbled with Charlotte's comeback. Charlotte Flair's comeback was supposed to be a big deal. It was supposed to be a hero's journey. It was supposed to be, this great story of, coming back to the ring, being on top, climbing her way back up the ladder after all this time, rehabbing her knee. What they should have done was they should have shown her training vigorously every single day to get back in better in-ring shape. That's what they should have did with Charlotte. And that was a missed opportunity of not showing Charlotte to be someone that was working her ass off to get back in the ring after a whole year off from injury. If they would have shown her rehabbing the knee for weeks leading up to the Royal Rumble, I think the audience would have started cheering for her. I think she would have got a better reception after the Rumble. And then you could have positioned Charlotte as the babyface coming back to take her throne, working her way back up the ladder, and Tiffany would be positioned as the cocky, arrogant heel that is looking to take Charlotte's place. Okay? That would have been the more appropriate route to go for this whole build-up with Charlotte and Tiffany. It's also a case of both women being severely miscast. Charlotte should have been the babyface. Tiffany should have been the cocky, arrogant heel, point blank.